Hey everyone, welcome to another Glow Flow. For today's practice, you are going to need a block and a strap. If you don't have those at home, that is totally fine. I can give different options. For a strap, you can always use a towel, or something that you can use as a strap. And then for your block, if you don't have one, don't worry about it. Yeah. So very often in my classes, after the class, I'll ask the students, how did you go? And the one thing that they say that's been so consistent is, oh, I'll get there. And then I always think like, you didn't get it. The whole point of yoga is to remind you that you are already here. Yoga is not about rushing to the future version of yourself. Yoga is about seeing yourself as you are right now and being that and accepting that. So, as we flow into today's practice, many of us might go in with the mindset that we want to achieve this pose, right? We want to get into a bridge pose or whatever it is. You know, we go into it with this mindset of performing and needing to prove ourselves. Whereas yoga, the only thing that it's asking of us is to be here, is to be present. So if we can't fully get into that pose, that's not the point. It's about being where you are. And the flip side is that the more present you are in your practice, the more you open yourself up to these different postures, because you're able to tune into your body and you're able to tune into what you need to engage, what you need to align in order to get into that pose. So achieving a pose or getting into a pose is really simply a byproduct of you just being present with yourself. So as we go into this flow, let's try our best to remember to be present. Present is the hardest pose to practice. So if you can master that, then you can master yourself. But we're not here to be masters of the practice. We're simply here just to experience more of ourselves. And eventually, through this practice, it might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, but eventually, the hope is that we become masters of ourselves. And that's it. That's my spiel. We'll get started. Finding your block and coming into a supported bridge. Now, if you don't have a block with you, reclined butterfly is good enough. Soles of the feet together, knees falling to the sides. If you have a block with you, we're going to find a supported bridge, bending your knees, lifting the hips up and sliding your block underneath your sacrum, which is located between your lower spine and your sit bones. You can keep the soles of the feet pressing into the earth if you want. You can rest the hands somewhere on top of the body or extend them long. Another option is to straighten the legs out and then reach the arms up and overhead. So finding whatever works for you. And then once you arrive in your pose, just settling into your practice and just tuning into your breath, noticing the effect of gravity as the back body melts into the earth. Today we're going to focus on backbends to help open up the front of the body, to open up the chest, the heart, pelvis, and belly. And so just beginning to breathe into this front part of the body and to feel the expansion of the chest and the lungs as you inhale. Just finding your final breath here. Inhale and exhale. If you had the legs long, bending your knees. If you had the arms reaching overhead, just bringing them beside your body. And we're just going to lift the hips up off from the block and then place that block in between the thighs. Again, if you don't have your block, that's completely fine. We're just coming into a bridge pose now, pressing the palms and the soles of the feet into the earth. And let's just lift the hips a little bit higher, squeeze the glutes at the top, and squeeze the block with the inner thigh. So we want to activate our adductors and try and arch as much of your spine as you can rather than just arching that lower spine. Maybe you're looking at the rise and the fall of your belly here. Hold for one more breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to lower the spine vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way back down onto the mat. You can pop your block to the side. Gently draw your knees into the chest, but keep your sacrum on the mat. So the part of your body that was pressing into the block, keep that on the mat. And we're just going to massage the spine as we rock from side to side. Inhale and exhale. Then whenever you're ready, rocking yourself back to the center of your mat, finding stillness. We'll cactus the arms beside the body, or maybe extend them long to a capital T shape. And then find your tabletop legs. Notice if you begin to arch your spine, and if that happens, we're just going to press the spine into the earth, tucking the pelvis to help engage our core. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, drop your knees to the right. Keep your gaze up, or you can even turn your gaze to that left side of the mat. Take a breath in and let the breath go. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring the knees back to center. Use the strength of the core. And then exhale, we're going to lower them off to that left side, finding your twist. You can gaze to the opposite side. You can keep your gaze up to the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Slowly bring those knees back to center. My cat's just chilling. Now, once you arrive here, grab onto the backs of the thighs, and we're just going to rock up into our Navasana boat pose, bringing your shins parallel to the mat and extending the arms out beside the body. Now, you can always place your feet and palms down on the earth for a modified variation of this pose. Try not to round your spine. We want to prioritize lengthening the spine and lifting and opening up the chest. Deep breath in, breath out. Soften your shoulders and face. Inhale, exhale. Last breath, inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Now making your way onto your hands and your knees, your tabletop. Doesn't matter how you get there, just as long as you get there. Then maybe shuffling to the center of your mat, stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over the knees. On your inhale, drop your belly, arch your spine. Find cow. Exhale, round the spine, tuck your tailbone, finding your cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Go for 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to your neutral spine and turn your fingers to face your thighs as much as you can. And then start to find circles with the body to one side, just warming up our wrists and forearms. Inhale. Exhale. And then we're just going to change the rotation of our circles here. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly making your way back through center and turning your fingers to face the top of the mat. Now we're going to activate through the core and continue to warm up and release the spine. Bird dog, reach that right leg back and left arm forward. Find a slight tuck of your pelvis so we're not overly arching that lower spine, and pull your belly up and in. Gaze slightly forward to the top of the mat. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, curl your elbow and knee toward one another, rounding your spine. Inhale, expand out. And exhale, curling in. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Let's go for a few more rounds. You're going to try and notice the space around you as you move, the space that is surrounding your body. Go for final round here. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, we expand back out. Bending your right knee, sweep that left arm back. Catch your foot or your ankle. On your inhale, press your foot into the hand. Lift your chest, lift the crown of the head, and lift that back thigh. Ideally, you want to try and get your right foot higher than the crown of the head. Take a breath in, breath out. Beautiful. With control, we're going to release back into our bird dog, extending your left arm forward, right leg back. Hold for one more breath in. And then as you exhale, setting everything back down on the mat. I'm going to do that on the opposite side. Reach that left leg back and right arm forward. Now lifting out of whatever is touching the mat. Gentle tuck of your pelvis, belly pulling up and in. Relax your shoulders. Inhale. And exhale, curling elbow towards the knee, rounding your spine. Inhale to expand. Exhale, drawing in. Inhale. And exhale. Just a few more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go for a final round. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to expand back out. Bend your left knee, sweep your right arm back and just catch your foot or ankle with your hands, and then start to press the foot into the hand, creating resistance here as you lift your chest, lift your back thigh, squeeze the back body, lift the crown of the head. Press out of whatever is touching the mat. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, no slingshot, slowly release, coming back into your bird dog. We hold for one more breath in. And exhale, setting everything back down onto the mat. Now we're going to find a puppy pose, keeping your hips above the knees. Just extend your arms. Open up the heart and just start to melt your heart towards the earth. Maybe resting on your chin or forehead. I'm just going to rest on my chin because on my forehead, because otherwise you won't be able to hear me. I'll be blocking the mic. If you want to go deeper though, just dropping down into the chin and try to get your heart space to touch the floor. Releasing your upper spine. Can we extend the fingertips further forward, but relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and let the breath go. Nice. Now just come down onto your belly, starting in our Sphinx pose, drawing the elbows into the rib cage. And you can stay here if you want to. Otherwise, lift the forearms and come into your seal pose. Now, if you want a little bit more, start to walk your hands toward the body here. Maybe even lift your hips up from the mat. And then lift your gaze, opening up the throat. I'm sticking with nasal breathing. So whenever we're opening up the throat, it can feel a little bit hard to breathe. So when you really become intentional with your breath and slow it down and deepen it, then this becomes a lot more bearable. Take one more breath in and let the breath go as you draw the chin into the chest. And then gently, with control, we lower all the way back down, feeling the strength in your arms. We're going to tuck the toes, plant the palms underneath our shoulders. Keep those elbows hugging into the body as we press up into a high plank. And press the earth away, creating a bit more distance between your chest and your mat. Engaging your core, engaging the legs. And welcome lightness into your body. If you can find lightness in the mind, then that will manifest in the body. You will feel lighter in your body. You will feel lighter in your breath. Let's hold for one more breath in. And then on your exhale, find your downward facing dog. Lift the hips, pedal out the feet. My cat has moved to the couch. And then maybe drop your heels side to side. Just lean into your intuition here. Take a deep breath in. And let the breath go. Inhale. And exhale. Just finding stillness now in downward facing dog. Can we soften around the shoulders and the face and just let the head hang heavy? And then can we try and tilt the sit bones a bit further up, just to encourage the spine to find a bit more length. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise, upward salute. Tuck your tailbone, palms meet overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Allow the chest to melt to the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back, high plank. Pause, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now you can always drop down onto the knees for your chaturanga. You can always skip them as well. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Step, jump in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back. Take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Breath out. Lifting the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Step, jump in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back. Chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Still softening around the shoulders, letting the neck and the crown of the head hang heavy. Still trying to prioritize that length of the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Step, jump in between the hands. Utkatasana, chair pose, big toes touching heels slightly apart. And just sink into your seat. Shift the weight into the heels and out of the toes. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Tuck your pelvis so we're not overly arching our lower spine. Lift your chest high. Lift your gaze slightly. Take a breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Last breath. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step, jump back, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog, squaring off to the hips. Exhale, knee to the nose, tiger curl. And step your foot through to the top of the mat, warrior one. Feet hip distance apart. Drop your back heel. You want your back toes to face towards that top left corner of the mat. And you want to try and square off your hips as much as you can here. Sink deeply into that right knee and then reach the arms high. Lifting the back of the head up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your palms down to the mat. Lift your back heel without dragging your right foot. Extend your leg back, three-legged plank. Inhale. Then exhale. Option here to take your three-legged flow. Ekapara chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, if you're like Neo, that three-legged flow is not for me, then don't worry about it. Stick with what you want. Knees, chest, chin, skip the flows. Your practice. Inhale, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to the nose, tiger curl. Step through to the top of the mat. Drop your back heel down, back toes facing to the top right corner of the mat this time. Feet hip distance apart, and we want to square up those hips as much as we can. Reach your arms high. Finding length in the sides of the body. Lifting the back of the head up to the ceiling. Softening your shoulders and face. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Palms come down to the earth. Lift your back heel without dragging your left foot. Three-legged plank. Inhale. Exhale, take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And let the breath go. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your heels. Bend the knees, look forward. Step, jump in between your hands. Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, breath. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back. Chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Now right leg to the sky. And this time we're going to bend that right knee in a way that resembles a scorpion's tail. So we're not opening up the hip. Our right hip is parallel to the earth. And we're pointing our right toes forward towards the top of the mat. Now begin to lift your gaze forward so you're looking to the top of the mat, maybe even beyond that, and start to shift into your high plank while keeping that scorpion tail. Now you'll notice that your spine is arching, and that's what we want to feel, the arching of the spine, the compression of the back muscles. Squeeze your right glute, press the earth away, pull the belly in. Hold here, inhale. Then exhale, round the spine and pull your knee to the nose to the knee. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, step to the top of the mat and drop your left knee down to the ground. Now we're just going to extend the arms out in front of us and find a pistol grip with our hands. And then from here, let's start to sink into our lunge. And then with our index fingers, we're going to draw a line in the middle. And then maybe you stop once your index fingers are facing back. But if you want a little bit more, try and get your index fingers to face towards the back wall. Maybe drop the crown of the head and come back to that nasal breathing. It can be hard when the throat is open. Inhale. Exhale. Hold for one more breath in. And then as you exhale, begin to draw your arms back to the ceiling, chin to the chest. And then release the band. Frame your front foot. We're coming into our outer Hanumanasana, half split. Straighten your right leg and flex your toes. And then begin to round the spine as you come into a bit of a fold. Try not to shift too much of your weight to that left side. We're just releasing our spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Now let's return back to our lunge. Just bend your front knee and tuck your back toes if you haven't already. We want to keep this diagonal shape so your body is reaching forward, extending the arms out beside the ears. And then you can stay with that back knee down, or you can lift your back knee, finding an extended arrowhead. Now, if the back knee is lifted, you want to find a straight line from your back heel all the way to your fingertips. Just pause, inhale, and exhale. Now shift the weight into your right leg and come into your warrior three. You can keep the arms reaching forward, or hands can come to the heart center space. Take a breath in. Breath out, keeping the hips squared. Inhale and exhale. Now begin to pull that left knee into the chest. Come into your stork pose. And then we're going to place our right hand on our left knee. Maybe try and place it underneath your knee here, where your shin meets your knee. And then begin to pull that left knee up into the chest and start to lean back here so that your chest is looking up at the ceiling and your left fingers are reaching back. We're using the core to stabilize, to stand strong. Hold. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly come back up to an upright position, but keep that left knee hugging into the chest and bring your palms at the heart center space. Woo! Take a deep breath in. Then as you exhale, kick your left leg back. We're coming into our dances. I'm just going to come to the center of your mat so I don't get cut out. The left hand is going to grab on to the inside of your foot. Reach your right arm high with the palm facing forward. Squeeze your fingers together. Now, we want to keep our chest forward facing the whole time rather than collapsing into it. So start to press your left foot into your hand. So we're finding a hip extension with that left side. And then reach your right arm forward so your palm is facing down. Now you want to try and work on, feeling a bit wobbly, on lifting that left leg a little bit higher. Nice, but try not to collapse into your chest. Nice. Hold one more breath in. Breath out. Now keep holding onto your left foot. We just want to bring our right hand down to the mat or maybe a block. The block simply helps bring the ground closer to you. Now we're going to swap the grip of our left foot. Grab onto the outside of your foot this time And then we're going to turn this into a Chapasana, half moon variation. We turn the hips to face that left side of the space. Hold for one more breath in. And then as you exhale, release your left foot, extend it long and reach that left arm high to the ceiling. Find your half moon. Nice. Now from here, we want to challenge ourselves. Let's try to hover that right hand. Maybe even bring your right hand to the heart space. Now if you would rather not, that's completely fine. We hold for one more breath in. And then as you exhale, bend into your right knee. And with control, land your left foot at the back of the mat. Coming into our warrior two. Woo! Chile. My right leg is burning, you guys. Now as you arrive in your warrior two, just become aware of where your body is in space. We want to press down on the outer edge of that back foot. Keep the chest stacked above your pelvis. Relax the shoulders. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Now we'll reach forward. Flip your front palm. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. And then as you exhale, cartwheel your arms. Frame the front foot. Now without dragging that right foot, come back into a three-legged dog. Nice. Take a breath in. On your exhale, yawn your hip open. You can stay here if you want to, or come into your wild thing. Maybe if you want a bit of a challenge, try to hover your right toes. Feel nice and open through the front part of the body. Beautiful. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, look to the top of the mat. Bring your right palm back down to the earth and bring your right knee to that right elbow. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower your knee to the wrist. Then let's find a half pigeon legs. Ooh, now this is where we're going to need our strap. We're going to practice our king pigeon. Now grab onto your strap or your towel, whatever you can use as a strap. Just sitting down on that right glute for the moment, just so that we can hook the strap onto that left ankle. And just holding onto the strap in your left hand to begin with. Bring your right fingertips beside your hip as you prop yourself up. Now we don't want to keep that right glute on the mat. If you find that you lift the glute and then you're shaky, you're wobbly, just try and put something underneath that right glute. If you have a block, you would use the block. But if you don't have a block, find cushions to pop underneath that right glute. Now, your left elbow is facing forward. We want to try and bring that left knee into the center rather than keeping it out extended too far to the left. And bring your right hand on the strap. And then we're going to start to lift the chest up and look up and walk our hands down the strap. Nice. And we want to try and pull that left foot towards the body and bring your elbows out over your face. So your elbows are pulling toward one another. Now, if you have this in your practice and you can catch your back foot, you're more than welcome to. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Beautiful. Now, slowly tuck your chin into the chest. Beautiful. And then we'll release the strap. Just pop it to the side. Extend that left leg long. And just find your full half pigeon. Bring your chest toward the earth. And then just rest your forehead on the hands if you want. If you want a deeper release, it might feel nice to thread this left arm underneath your right. This will just help you release the spine a little bit more. Take one more breath in and exhale. Now, unthreading that left arm and coming back up onto the palms. Tuck your back toes, step back high plank. Maybe flush it out with a chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I'm actually kind of low-key dreading this other side, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. But we are in this together. And softening the face, softening your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee in a way that resembles a scorpion tail. You want to squeeze that left glute, so your left toes are facing toward the top of the mat. And start to lift your gaze. Look forward towards the top of your mat or even further. And then from here, roll forward into a high plank. You'll notice that your spine begins to arch. Can we pull that belly in? So try not to lose that core engagement. Pressing the earth away. Breathing, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, round your spine. Pull your knee to the nose. Take a breath in. Exhale, lightly step your foot to the top of the mat. Drop that right knee down onto the mat. And we're coming back into our back bend. Reach the arms out in front of you and find a pistol grip. Maybe hooking the opposite thumb on top. This time, if you can remember what you did on the other side. And we're going to sink into our hips. Now with our index fingers, we're going to draw a line in the middle. Nice. And let your gaze follow your hands. Maybe you want to stop where your index fingers are facing up at the ceiling. Or maybe you want to go further. Extend your arms back. Let your gaze follow. Be sure to keep your arms straight. And just breathe. In and out through the nose. Hold for one more breath in. And then exhale breath. Slowly begin to tuck your chin into the chest here. Come back to your neutral spine. Hands come down to the mat. Adha Hanumanasana. Half splits. Shift your hips back. Straighten your left leg. Flex your toes. And then we're just going to round the spine as we fold over the leg. It's a nice release for our spine. Maybe try and keep your weight in the center so we're not leaning too much to that right side. Let the neck, let the crown of the head hang heavy. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to bend into our left knee once again. Staying in this diagonal position so the body is leaning forward. Tuck your back toes if you haven't already. And then we'll reach the arms out long. So biceps come beside the ears. You can stay here or lift that back knee off from the mat. Into your extended arrowhead, finding that long line of energy. Deep breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. We're going to shift the weight into our left leg. Find your warrior 3 position. Making sure that your hips are square. You can always bring your hands to the heart center space. Core is super strong. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On your next breath in, start to pull your left knee into the chest. And then left hand comes to that left knee, maybe underneath your knee where your shin, child, where your shin meets your knee. Oh my gosh, I'm very wobbly on this side. And then start to pull that knee up in towards the chest. And then begin to lean back, using your core to help you stabilize. Inhale. Exhale. Find your drishti. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly come back to neutral position, but keep your right knee hugging into the chest. Hands come to the heart center space. Hold for a breath in. And then as you exhale, kick your right leg back. We're coming into dances. I'm just going to come to the center so you don't lose me in the frame. Grab onto your inside of the right foot with that right hand. Reach your left arm high, palm facing forward, fingers together. Then we want to keep the chest forward facing here as we come into our dances. Kick your right foot into your hand and then start to reach that left arm forward, palm facing down. But try and keep your chest forward facing. Beautiful. Breath in, breath out. Now keep holding on to your right foot. We're very slowly going to bring our left hand down on the mat or a block if you have one. Beautiful. And then we're going to swap the grip of our foot, grabbing onto the outside of your foot this time, just so that we're able to come into a Chapasana. Half moon. I always get humbled as a teacher when I fall out of postures. It really does humble my ego. Nice. A deep breath in. Then as you exhale, release your right foot. Extend your leg out and extend your right arm to the ceiling, finding that half moon. And then challenge yourself here, coming up onto your left fingertips just so that you release the weight in your arm. And then maybe bring your hand to the heart space. We hold. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Now begin to bend your left knee. Land your right foot at the back of the mat. Warrior 2. Boy, I am so happy to finally be here. Finding that heel to inner arch alignment. Make sure that your left toe is facing forward, right toe is facing to the right. Keeping your chest above the pelvis. Make sure that that back arm doesn't begin to drop. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And exhale. On your next breath in, reach forward, flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. As you exhale, cartwheel your arms. Frame the front foot, three-legged dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. And then as you exhale, yawn your hip open. You're more than welcome to stay here or flip your dog. Come into a wild thing. Option to hover your left toes from the earth. Feeling nice and open in the front part of the body. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Turn your gaze to the top of the mat. Bring your left palm down to the earth. And then bring your left knee to your left elbow. Pause, inhale. Exhale. Slide your knee down behind your wrist. And then find your half pigeon legs. Woohoo! We have arrived. I mean, we have been here. That's the point of my message. We are already here. There's nowhere to get to. Now, grabbing onto your strap, we're just going to sit down on that left glute. Grab onto your strap. Hook your strap to that right ankle and just hold it in your right hand for now. We just want to use our left hand to help prop us up. Now notice if that right knee is off to the edge of the mat. We want to bring it to the center here. We're just finding our balance through this front leg. Now again, you can always pop a cushion or a block underneath that left glute. Now bring your left hand on the strap as well. Then we're going to lift the heart space up and look up and start to walk the hands down the strap and pull that back foot in towards the body. And then once again, draw your elbows towards one another. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. But energetically, they're pulling in towards one another. And then breathe. Engage your core to help you stabilize and not lose balance. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath here, inhale. And exhale, slowly release, chin to the chest. Let go of your strap. Woo! And just bring your chest down to the mat. Find your half pigeon. You can use your hands as a pillow, or you can find a twist for a deeper release of your spine. Threading your right arm underneath that left arm. I'm just going to chill here for the next couple of breaths. Deep breath in. And let the breath go. Inhale. And exhale. Now if you are in the twist, releasing the twist, coming up onto the palms, step that left foot back. Final chaturanga flow if you fancy. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now from here, rolling into a high plank, pause, inhale. Exhale, drop down into the knees. And come down into the sit bones as you sweep those legs long, removing your flashy bits so we're feeling nice and grounded. Keep your toes active. We want to still feel the stretching in our hamstrings, but just sit up nice and tall. Reach your arms high, lengthen your spine. Inhale. And then exhale, Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Now the aim of our fold today is not so that we can strive to catch the toes, but the aim of the forward fold today is to help release the spine further. We spend a lot of time in our practice today just folding the back, contracting the back muscles and that spinal extension, and now it's time to counter that with some spinal flexion. Maybe draw your chin into the chest to deepen the release. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Slowly roll back up to a long spine, and let's come all the way down onto our backs, keeping those knees bent once again and extending the arms out to a capital T. We're going to cross the right leg over the left. Now you can stay here in a half bind, or maybe hook your foot to the calf, shift your hips to the right, and then drop your knees to the left while turning your gaze to the right side of the mat. So this is a nice spinal release, especially after the back bend. Twists and forward folds are always so releasing, and they always feel good after some good back bending. So releasing any remaining bits of tension in the body or in the mind. Inhale and exhale. Let's slowly come back to center. Make it to the other side. Cross your left leg over right. Maybe find that full bind if it's there for you. Shift your hips to the left. Drop your knees to the right. And turn your gaze to the left if that feels okay for the neck. Otherwise, gazing up, there's nothing wrong with that. Take a deep breath in and let the breath go. Inhale and exhale. Slowly come back to center, releasing the twist, and draw the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs and pull the forehead to the knees. Squeezing into the smallest version of yourself. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, releasing into your final pose of the practice, your Shavasana. Once again, arriving to the present moment. And this doesn't mean that you must be in a place of no thought to be present. It just simply means you're detached from the thoughts. You're not gripping onto any of them. You're just watching them as they happen. You're able to separate them from yourself. You just are in your body. You feel embodied. You feel like you are right here, right now. You're more than welcome to stay here a little bit longer. But if you're ready to continue with the rest of your day or your night, bring back some awareness into the fingers and the toes, the wrists, the ankles. Turning your head side to side. And finally finding a big morning stretch. You might even like to provoke a yawn so it really feels like it's the first time you're ever waking up. And then when you're ready, making your way up into a comfortable seat, connecting your hands in the heart center space as a gesture of gratitude, and just take a moment to really just thank yourself for showing up for yourself. I hope that you are all feeling lighter in the mind and stronger in the body and more present within yourself. Thank you very much, yogis. Mwah.